Aladdin's lamp. A long time ago in Persia, Aladdin was playing with his friends in the street of his city. A stranger came up to him and asked him if he was not the son of Mustafa the tailor. "I am, sir," replied Aladdin, "but he died a long while ago." When the stranger heard this, he embraced Aladdin, saying, "My boy, I am your long-lost uncle." Aladdin ran home and told his mother all about this newly found relative, and she prepared supper for them all. The next day, the uncle led Aladdin out far beyond the city gates. They journeyed onwards until late afternoon, but Aladdin did not feel tired because his uncle told him so many interesting stories. Eventually, they reached the foot of a mountain. "We will go no farther," said the false uncle, for in truth he was not Aladdin's relative, but an African magician in disguise. "I will show you something wonderful," he said. The magician lit a fire and threw some powder on it while saying some magical words. The earth trembled a little, and a large boulder rolled to one side. Aladdin saw a flight of steps leading down into the dark cave. The opening was just large enough for a boy to pass through, but plainly the magician, who was rather fat, would not have managed himself to enter the cave. "Go down," commanded the magician. "At the foot of those steps you will find an open door leading into 3 large holes. Pass through them without touching anything, or you will die instantly. These holes lead into a garden of fine fruit trees. Walk on until you come to a table upon which stands a lighted lamp. Pour out the oil it contains and bring it to me." Aladdin was afraid to disobey the magician and went down the stairs into the cave. On the ground, he found the ring, and despite the magician's order not to touch anything, he picked it up and slipped it onto his finger. He did not die. Then he passed through the garden where he picked off fruit from the trees. Later on, he found the lamp just as the magician had said, and he went back up the stairs to the mouth of the cave. The magician cried out, "Make haste and give me the lamp." But Aladdin saw through his trick and understood that as soon as he handed over the lamp, the magician would replace the stone and he would shut inside the cave, never to leave. And so Aladdin called out, "Let me out first, and only then I will give you the lamp." The magician flew into a terrible rage, and throwing some more magic words, and the stone rolled back into its place. For 2 days Aladdin remained trapped inside the cave. At last he clasped his hand in prayer, and in so doing rubbed the ring that he had picked off the ground. Immediately an enormous and frightful genie rose out of the earth, saying, "What wouldst thou with me? I am the slave of the ring, and will obey thee in all things." Aladdin fearlessly replied, "Deliver me from this place." Whereupon the earth opened, and he found himself back at home. "Alas, child," said his mother when she noticed him, "I have nothing to eat in the house. We will go hungry again tonight." Aladdin soothed her, saying he would sell the lamp to get some money for food. As it was very dirty, his mother began to rub it, that it might fetch a higher price. Instantly, a hideous genie appeared and asked what she would have. She fainted away, but Aladdin, snatching the lamp, said boldly, "Fetch me something to eat." The genie returned with a silver bowl, 12 silver plates containing rich meats, 2 silver cups, and 2 bottles of wine. Aladdin's mother, when she came to herself, said, "Where did you get this splendid feast?" "Ask not, but eat," replied Aladdin. "But Aladdin, mother, even though we are having many difficulties, don't ever give up," replied Aladdin. Aladdin's lamp. A long time ago, in Persia, a poor boy called Aladdin was playing with his friends in the street of his city. A stranger came up to him and asked him if he was not done.